What's up, you guys? Mighty Mike here, and this is another quick episode of Mighty Marketing Minute. You guys can come on each weekday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're basically, what I like to do here is I like to dive deep into what it is, the different softwares that I like to use. As always, you can book a free one-on-one strategy call with me to go over your 2020 marketing strategy. I do a social media needs analysis to see what you need to take your marketing to the next level. We have our coaching program and of course Mighty Automation, my signature product for building your website and completely automating it. Okay, so let's dive right into the content. Again, my name is Mighty Mike, and every single day during the week I'm sharing my favorite tools with you guys. So today we're talking about my favorite scheduling tool called Calendly. Now, the interesting thing is, whenever I find something that I really like, I usually just dive in on it, and I only use that, and I tell everybody about it. Once I find a product that I really like, that's how I am, right? Well, I was using another tool called Schedule Once, and Schedule Once was great. It had a lot of little, different things that you can do, and we're going to dive into a little bit of that today, that you could do to help set your stuff up. Okay, like you could say, I wanted to schedule out 30 days. I want to only be available Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever. What was crazy is Schedule Once, just for their basic version, was like $50. I had only 2 calendars. It was like $50. Someone told me about Calendly and said, you need to sign up for Calendly. At first I was like, no, Schedule Once, I got it all dialed in. But I tried Calendly because I believe that trying something in change is always good if it results in better performance. And so I cannot tell you how grateful I am for trying Calendly. It is just amazing. So, and again, I'm not an affiliate of Calendly. I just use it as my scheduling tool. So I'm going to show you guys a couple cool things. So whenever I create a new podcast and I want specific information, or whenever I have a certain meeting where I want specific information and I want to funnel them a certain way. So whenever somebody comes through my funnel, I can send them to a different calendar that's going to give them an availability that I have preset. So they can select an availability that I have preset. Guys, that is so powerful, because I can say, for example, if I'm a service-based company and I only want to do notaries on Mondays, I can set a Monday calendar that gives them an hour apart and then separates my appointment times an hour apart, and makes each one 45 minutes or whatever. Let's dive into it so you guys can get some visual of this. I can look at some of my calendars and show you. Let's just take a look at my, everybody should have one calendar that's like your main booking calendar. So what's cool about this is, what is the event? You can add all the information. I have it automatically set to Zoom. I have a paid account in Zoom, but Zoom is also free. You can have a free Zoom account. You can use Zoom for free. You can also use Calendly for free. We're going to get into the fees for Calendly in a second. But you can set your little your link right here. You could name it. You could change the color to match whatever it is. I like my power sessions to be red. It's just kind of how I can remember things better that way when I do it that way. It's really cool. And then, so you set it up. Once you set it all up, what it is, then you get to tell Calendly when you want them to book stuff, when you want to allow people to book stuff. So I like to, this right here is how I set the expectation for how long I want them to think the interview is going to be. What I do, though, is I make them every hour, and I make them the availability an hour. So I want my person that's coming on for these power sessions to know that, hey, this is a quick appointment. Now then I have the choice to decide if I want to go the full hour, or are there other things I have to do for my next meeting that's on the other hour, right? So if I'm meeting with this person at 10, I have another appointment at 11, how soon do I need to hop off this call to be prepared for the next call? That's the idea. So you can set it rolling. So for some calendars, I'll set it rolling out 20, 30, 90 days or whatever. For this calendar, since it has the most availability on my schedule, 4 times a day I have this one available, I make it only rolling out only 10 days, because I don't want someone to book a 15-minute call with me 2 months from now. It's generally so we can go over some important things that, or finish up a service that I'm offering for them or something like that. So that's the idea. So rolling 10 days. So people can schedule out up to 10 days away from today as it rolls forward. So obviously I want it to be in their local time zone. That's one of the big benefits of having a calendar like this, is that if they're in Texas or they're in New York and I'm in California, like it will automatic. We don't have to say like, hey, let's meet at 8 my time. Is that, you mean my time or your time? And then we're all like trying to figure out the time situation. Luckily, we're only a few hours apart. Like if you were on the other side of the world, it would be a nightmare. Like Australia, it really is kind of a nightmare to figure out when people are available. So you see, I have the most, when you use this tool though, it just fixes it. So you see it goes out here to the 31st. So 10 days. So somebody's not going to go to next month and schedule a quick one-on-one with me, 15-minute call with me. But you see how the availability is an hour each time, and I have these set times that I'm usually available for these calls. So let's go into advanced really quick. So again, the way that I set that up is I say every 60 minutes. So I'm going to show availability in increments of 60 minutes. I could show in increments of 15 or 30, right? Or even 45, because then someone could schedule every 15 minutes and I could have much more appointments. But I like to be more prepared for each of the appointments, and so that's why I set it up like that. Event max per day, I have it at 6. Technically, it should be at 4. Yeah, it should be at 4. Because I only have 4 scheduled time slots, but I guess it doesn't matter. If I only have 4 time slots, it's not going to allow them to do more than that. So 18 hours away, prevent events less than 18 hours away. So you could set this basically to be like I need at least, I have it at 18 hours because I figure like if someone wants to schedule with me tomorrow, that's fine if they scheduled with me in the morning, not in the evening, because in the evening I might have already planned my day for the next day or thought, oh, I didn't have any appointments for the next day and went off to make money doing something different and then find out I have an appointment and it screws up my whole day. So that's why. So you could set this to be whatever you want. You can even do 48 hours. For one of my calendars, I have it set at 250 hours away because I don't want to meet with them until I've had a week to finish the delivery of the product, the website that I'm building for them. So there's different cool things you can do. Event buffers essentially is like, hey, I almost don't need this because I'm kind of hacking it with the way that I'm doing my 60-minute thing. But let's say you did want to just do as many possible appointments as you could do every 15 minutes. And then you could do them in increments of 15 minutes. But then you could tell the calendar, but hey, I want to make sure, like, I don't care where they book, whatever's convenient for them. But I want to have at least 15 minutes before every meeting, or 30 minutes, or you could have only 3 hours on both sides of your meeting. I just have it at 15 minutes, even though I really don't need that because I've already set them up in increments of an hour. So let's see here. So you could set it up when people can schedule the event. Invitee questions. I love invitee questions because, like, the thing you have to understand when you're doing this is, like, people are filling this thing out. If they're wanting to, like, if they want to meet with me, it's usually about their website or about their marketing, social media. It's a lawyer who has a question about how he should position his marketing and branding, or maybe it's one of my website customers who just want to update something on the website. It's important to get this information up front because I can most likely solve their problem before a meeting even comes. I might even say, let's send them a link and say, hey, go ahead and take a look at it. I did it for you. Then I can fill that time slot with somebody else who might be a sales call, right, where I can be making some money. So name, email, website, and it's really easy to add another question. You just click add a question. You could do a one-line item, multi-line item, basically just giving them more room to type. You can do radio buttons. You can do check boxes. It's really simple. Phone number. I try not to put the phone number. I put the cell phone number, obviously, to reach out to them, but it actually asks for their cell phone number under notification policy as well. So you might consider, let's see here. Yeah, text reminders. So if you're asking for text reminders, then they're having to enter their phone number twice. Something to keep in mind. Okay, so then these are all the different ways that you can notify them. So what I do in here is I'll put in, on some of my calendars, I put in this little email confirmation. If it's going to send them an email already reminding them of the appointment, maybe I should throw in like a little link right here that says, by the way, don't forget to subscribe, or to follow my Facebook group, right? And then cancellations. hey, sorry you had to cancel the appointment. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, right? Put my LinkedIn page. So these are all opportunities. Any kind of communication is an opportunity to further connect with them. And then, of course, you can collect payments. So, okay, so if you click View Live Page, it's actually pretty cool. They can come over here. They see this. They see a brief instruction from you on what to do. And then they can just find the next available appointment. Like, these are my appointments available tomorrow. These 4 appointments. And I didn't have these available because I'm traveling on Thursday going to a board meeting, but then in San Diego. But I went ahead and made these available because Wednesday I actually am available. So I'm not going to travel till Thursday. So anyway, they can pick it out, and they can't go out until past the 31st. But if you look at some of my other calendars, okay, if we go back to some of my other calendars here, let's see. So let's just say like the Mighty Mike show. Like if you were going to be a guest on the Mighty Mike show, like it only allows them to book on Mondays at 5:30. That's the only time, because see, these ones aren't available because there's someone who already chose those slots. So it looks like the 27th upcoming Monday night doesn't have anybody. So I only want one guest per week to come on the show. So I set it to be only during that hour of 5:30 because that's when the show, because it's a live show. So as you go out further, you see there are more opportunities for people to book. So I went out really far because it's only one per week, and some people might not be available for a little while. So you see that way I can fill the calendar for months and months and months to come. So that's how this show works. It's live. If it wasn't live, I could just knock them all out in one day or whatever, and then be able to handle it like that. So, all right, you guys, Calendly, just to wrap this video up, Calendly is a cool tool. I want to try to always tell you guys what the pricing situation is. Of course, they give you a 14-day free trial to try like the Pro, like where you can use everything. But guys, for the pricing of Calendly, it is absolutely amazing. I mean, you could get it for free and use all the tools, but you can only have one event type. So how I showed you how I had 2 different types of calendars, you can only have one if you're going to do it for free. But the thing is you can use a different email for different businesses. So like, let's say you have one legal company you want to do it for. Well, use one email for that one, and that's going to be your calendar associated with that email's calendar. And then if you have another company where you do something different, or you have a podcast that has a different email, well, use that email. So again, it's free. So you don't need all that. Let's see, pooled availability options for teams. Yep, you don't have to worry about teams, usually group events. So there's a whole bunch of different options. Automated event notifications. It gives on the free plan as well. So like you can almost just get away with doing this for free. It'll automatic. You can add Calendly to your website, intercom integration. So check it out. Even the Pro version that I have is only $12 a month, and you can actually have like 6, but I only have I think 4. So all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and of course, visit mightymikemarketing.com. and book your one-on-one strategy call with me. I specialize in lawyer marketing and marketing for the legal industry. I actually have a coaching group that meets every Monday. So you can go to mightymikemarketing.com, join the coaching group, or book your strategy call. And then, of course, if you just want a website that completely works for you, you can go sign up. Right now we're offering 50% off. Until we get 20 users in 2020. That's my goal. So I'm going to keep it at 50% off for the first 20 users in 2020. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Mighty Mike Marketing. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and click one of these cards and watch my other videos. All right, you guys, stay safe out there and be mighty.